Welcome back. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Now, before the break, we were setting this up. Ewan McGregor said he would join us on the sofa tonight, but he would jump over our other guests on a motorbike by way of an exciting entrance. As you can see, we're all set. We've got Gary Chalisa and Alan Partridge lying down over there. Ewan, you're good on the bike there. You ready to go? OK, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. Ewan McGregor, ladies and gentlemen, Ewan coming over and join a fantastic piece of stunt work in the tank. That's an exciting start to the interview. Thank you for doing that. Wow.
My pleasure.
You feel good?
Yeah, I feel good.
Look great. Look great. Let's start that way. Let me take that off you. That was great. That right there. Ewan McGregor. Ewan, come and take a seat. That was right, and thank you, of course, to Gary and Chalisa and Alan Partridge for taking part in this as well.
Great to meet you, really. Huge.
Yeah. Is that okay? You're cool?
Yeah, fine. Don't worry about this.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, and I'm a huge fan of, I've got to say, I actually think the first 3 Star Wars films are nowhere near as good as the 3 that you were in.
That's interesting.
And I know I'm probably the only person who thinks that. But there you go. I don't care what anyone else says. No. Cheers.
All right, cheers.
Alan Partridge, thank you. What a brave man, if not necessarily a very clever one. How about that for an entrance by a superstar actor on a show, riding on a bike over people? Ewan McGregor, that was fabulous. What a great start. Because we know from having seen you on TV that I know you love your motorcycling. You do enjoy it. It's a hobby. It's a pursuit of yours.
I do. I love it. Yeah, I love it. I'm not allowed to do it when I'm working. There's an insurance clause that means that I'm not supposed to ride a motorcycle while I'm making a movie.
You came off it once. I think you were in Scotland. You came off one pretty badly once, didn't you?
Yeah. Yes. It was with it was a sad story. It was the first ride I'd ever had with my father, who learnt to ride a motorcycle after me. And we went for about 300 miles, and at the very end of it, I came off really badly in front of him.
But you were okay? You weren't...
I was all right, yeah. But he shit himself. And my brother, my brother, who was, I think he was in Iraq, and a few days later, he read on the front page of one of the tabloids that I'd had a 180-mile-an-hour crash, you know? And he was like, oh, my God, what happened? But anyway... Probably 28 miles an hour.
28 miles an hour, yeah. And your father's pants bore the brunt of the force of the shock.
Certainly did.
You won't believe this when I tell you something here, but can you believe that Ewan McGregor is 40 years old? You look about 28. You look.
You're very kind, thank you.
Have you had any work done? Have you tightened anything up, or have you had the neck done, or pulled behind the ears?
Nothing up above the neck.
Nothing above the neck.
I had my ball sack done a little bit, but I was getting a bit droopy. But
was that the Botox injection you had down there?
No, I had it actually cut and re-stapled on.
Yeah.
It's called a scrotalectomy.
Yeah.
And it's not cheap either.
But fun.
But my balls look great now, so it's good.
You could even get dinner off his balls, that's really nice. You had a bit of a wild period when you were first successful, or not? Because now I know you're pretty calm. You don't drink at all. You don't go crazy.
I haven't done for a long, long time. No, not for 11 years or something. I did, like anyone else. It was the 90s, and I was quite...
So you had a wild period, but it wasn't too crazy, or were there periods where you didn't know where you were?
No, it was quait crazy sometimes, but not out of the ordinary. So I mean, I wasn't alone. You know, it was during that kind of a post-train spotting phase where Oasis were huge and Blur, and it was the mid-90s, and it was very cool to be young and British. And
especially to be young British and a star in possibly the hippest movie of the time. Because that must have been craziness.
So it was an amazing time, and I enjoyed myself a lot. But it just got to the point, it wasn't any real drama about it, it just got to the point where I couldn't keep it all, you know, I was married, I had a kid, I had a good career, and I was trying to be a very good drinker as well. So it was the best one to go.
Ewan, you've got one of those careers where you do a lot of work here in the UK, kind of sometimes smaller movies, indie-type movies. I know your new movie is, I guess, a smaller piece.
Small film, yeah, Perfect Sense, which is coming out next Friday.
October the 7th it comes out. Well, let's talk about that now. I was going to talk about other stuff first. It's a very strange, very bold, very memorable premise for a movie. Describe it for people, set it up.
Well, it's a love story, essentially, set against the backdrop of the series of epidemics that hit humankind, the whole of the world, are struck by these epidemics where the human race starts to lose its senses one by one. So everybody across the world experiences like a moment of extreme rage, and afterwards they've lost their sense of... The first one to go is the sense of smell. And this happens all around the world till the whole of humankind has lost its sense of smell. Then there's another one which is the sense of taste, hearing, and so forth. And I play a chef, so once the sense of smell and taste go, you know, we're a bit stuffed. But I'm also an optimistic chef, and I decide that we can carry on and people will still want to, you know, go out and enjoy each other's company, and so we start cooking in a very different way. And Eva Green, who's a very beautiful actress, who I play opposite in A Love Story, is an epidemiologist.
Now, is there such a thing?
There is. It's somebody who studies epidemiology.
Well,
I'm so pleased I said it right the first time. I had to say it again. Oh dear, there we are.
So this is Perfect Sense. It's out all over the UK on October the 7th. Have a look at this.
I'm Michael. I work in the restaurant there. I'm a chef.
Good for you. I'm pathetic. What do you want from me?
Just what your opinion.
It could be environmental, it could be a toxin we know nothing about. There's nothing that matches anything we know.
Don't panic. It's a crazy evening.
Man down! Man down!
They want us at the hospital. There's over 100 reported cases in England. They've got them in France, Italy, Spain. I think it's okay to panic now.
Woof. Very nice.
How do you prepare for a movie like that in which losing the sense of smell or sight or taste, they're pretty big steps for a character in a movie.
Yeah.
Do you prepare for that? Do you try and prepare yourself by experiencing that, you know, blindfolding yourself?
Well, it's a difficult one, really. The hardest one to do was hearing, because in the scenes we played with each other, when you can't hear each other, we kept reacting to noises and sounds and stuff.
You would do that, yeah, I guess.
We kept having to remind each other, you couldn't hear me say that, or... Because the idea is we can still make noise, or you might try to make noise as a human, but the other person wouldn't be able to hear it, so... You
kind of know going in that these kind of movies aren't going to be... They're not going to be blockbusters.
Maybe not, yeah. Maybe not.
Yeah.
But maybe. If enough of you go and see it and then tell your friends...
I guess it's as simple as that. Yeah, you know what? We never know. I mean, you want people to see it, you want people to see your work, and you want people to see that film, but...
No, I just love... I just love stories, really. And I don't have a favourite... I suppose the smaller stuff is nicer. You know everybody on the crew. Whereas on a big film, there's like maybe 500 or 600 people in the set, and you don't really know who anyone is, and it's a bit less personal.
It must be really weird, though, on a film like the Star Wars movies, where you go, not only is it a huge production and there's a legacy, but also some of the actors aren't even there. I mean, you're performing against, you know...
And I had less and less as we went along. I don't know if they just didn't like me, or I think it's true to say they didn't like me. And as we went along, I had less and less people to work with. By the third one, they send me off on some chase through I can't even remember where I went. Somewhere, Tatooine or somewhere.
Yeah, it wasn't Tatooine.
No?
No.
Well, you probably know where it was.
I do know.
Off I went on my own, and I spent 3 months in a green stage.
You were riding a giant lizard.
Oh yes, that's right, I did.
Well, when you were filming the giant...
That looked a bit like your desk in reality.
But so you were riding on something like this?
I rode something like your desk.
So you were sitting on something like this and go...
The worst moment for me was the very end of this whole big Star Wars trilogy. I deliver the baby. Who is it I deliver? It's... I deliver Luke Skywalker, right? To Uncle Owen and Aunt Peru.
Hold on. Have you seen your films?
Yeah. It was quite a long time ago, and it is difficult to follow. Yeah, so I arrived on set to deliver the baby, right? And I had some friends there, and I said, come on, this is a big moment. I'm delivering Luke Skywalker to Uncle Peru, Aunt Peru, and Uncle Owen. I'm delivering... It's a big moment, this. Come and see. So I walked down the set, my mates are behind the monitors there with George and whatever, and there's a green box like this, just like this bit, right? And it's green, and the whole set is green. And I come on with a plastic baby wrapped in a towel, and I'm like, where's my... I arrived on a lizard or something. I went, where's my thing? Where's the thing I arrive on? And they went, there it is. I had to get off it and stuff. So this is what I had to do. With my friends watching, and George there, I was like this. It didn't move or anything. There was no gimbal. I went like this, and then I had to go like this. Oh. And I went over. I went over and gave them the baby, right? And I gave them the baby to Uncle Peru, Aunt Peru, Uncle Owen, and Aunt Peru was on a big hill there, a green mound.
Yeah, it's waving.
And she gives a wee look to Uncle Owen, and then I hear George's from the background going, look at the moons! Look at the moons! And everyone goes like this, because nobody knows where they are the moons. And then I'm walking back to my block. And I didn't know if he'd turned round or not, you know, so I just got back on and I went like that.
Well, that's a marvellous anecdote. And you know, that makes sense.
That was it.
Well, I didn't know why you rode him off backwards at the end. Ewan, we're going to take a break, but I've got lots more I want to ask you. I know you've got a lot more you want to give.
There's an awful lot more I've got to give.
Don't go away. Ewan McGregor will be here. We have music from CeeLo Green coming up after this. Welcome back. Ewan McGregor is still here, ladies and gentlemen. And we have CeeLo Green coming up to play for us at the end of the show right over there. It's a great track. One thing that I've always admired about you is the fact that you're very comfortable with your own skin, with nudity in films when the part demands it. You also seem very comfortable playing gay men.
Yeah.
And you're a straight man.
Yes.
But you seem very comfortable. You played a lot of gay men, from my perspective, very convincingly.
I've never found it that much of a problem. I don't mind it. I mean...
You don't look forward to it, or you like...
No, I don't.
Look forward to it?
I mean, I don't...
If you found a man attractive, I think you probably find me quite attractive. Most
Did
people
you?
do.
Did you ever... Did you kiss a man?
I've never kissed a man knowingly.
Do you want to kiss me now? Come on, go.
No,
Have a go.
hold on.
Come on.
I don't know whether I'm ready for
Have
it.
a wee kiss. It'll be all right.
On the cheek?
No, on the lips.
On the lips?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Okay, hold on. I'll do it on my terms.
Okay.
I tell you what, I can do it, but for me, if I was acting, I would need to think of a lady. And can I make you a tiny bit more like a lady? Talisa, let me borrow that, because I think if you're looking a little more, you know...
No, I think she has to put it on.
Oh, okay.
I don't want you to put it on.
I don't want to wear any, because I'm going to be... This helps me psychologically, because I then think of you as a beautiful, short-haired Scottish lady. I'm saving this as a treat for myself.
I'll leave you lovely ladies too.
Thank you, Talisa. Can I be honest with you?
Stand up.
Can I be honest with you? That's quite a lot worse.
No.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a voyage of discovery for me as much as anything, and it was a playful moment for you, and Ewan, great to have you back.
You too,
Thank you so much, Ewan McGregor, ladies and gentlemen. So good to have you, thank you. Thanks to all my guests, Ewan McGregor, of course, and the fabulous Alan Partridge.